For most BSW students, the field practicum is the first setting in which they are able to integrate and apply social work theory, values, skills, and knowledge under the supervision of a professional social worker. Although I completed all required courses, I felt there was no way to be ready for field practicum. I knew where my field placement was. However, I just had no idea of my role. I had no expectations. Beginning field, I felt out of place. I was limited to a number of things. I was unable to complete assessments, service plans, certain documentation that was required by the company and the state. I was even unable to lead visits. Although I was capable, I was unable to do these things. I spent a great deal of time sitting in and observing roles and tasks that other professionals would carry out. I was able to observe dynamics of professional client relationships. I was grateful that I was given time to observe, process, and ask questions. There was a point in time that I felt I was asking too many questions. In the beginning, I assumed everyone had degrees in social work. I later learned that that wasn't accurate, and many of them had degrees for MFT, marriage, family therapist, psychology, and other subjects than social work. When I began field practice, I was developing mastery with proficiency. The environment felt natural. Accomplishments of my task came with little to no complications. Throughout my time taking social work courses relevant to the field practicum, I demonstrated development. Development was evident in my partial understanding of the concepts and competencies needed to enter the field. When I began field practicum, I was well versed and completely understood the concepts and competencies relevant to the expected learning outcomes. Without aid, I was able to establish learning activities that reflected both social work competencies and practice behaviors. Three areas of growth that was most needed when I started as a student practitioner include establishing and maintaining professional boundaries, developing intervention skills, and becoming resourceful. I was new to the area. I had just moved here like probably 2 months before I began practicum. So becoming resourceful was a little challenge, but it was my goal. Professional boundary setting with both clients and coworkers is imperative for a legal and successful working relationship. Past experience, I have gotten too friendly with clients and coworkers that expectations were very unrealistic. Intervention skills include focusing, observing, understanding, and responding with empathy, genuineness, respect, acceptance, non judgment, and sensitivity. These will forever be areas to improve because social workers work with a diversity of clients. It's imperative to balance all of these to prove effective in assessing and creating a plan based on the individual needs of the client. Knowing and learning the ins and outs of available resources in the area, um, I felt it was necessary for success. I felt being new to the state in the area that I was completing my field practicum in, I could not be as resourceful as I would have liked. I felt it would be hard to assist the clients when needed if I had no connections to the community. Working with the young adults in our program, I had no idea where to recommend a trusted physician or dentist. I had no idea who was hiring. I did not know whether there was public transportation. I would always see bus stops, but I had never seen anyone at the bus stops. I had never seen buses, except for school buses for the children. These are just a few examples of missed opportunities to be resourceful. Luckily, the staff of NECO are familiar with the area and were able to guide me. For me, the field practicum is the first setting in which I was able to integrate and apply social work theory, values, skills, and knowledge under the supervision of a professional social worker. I am grateful for the growth this experience has provided me as an upcoming social worker.